Hey, let's go. Back.
I'm in Nice. We're in LAX, Singularity University, the streets of New York, beautiful Johannesburg.
Have I gone too far? Do you detect something different? If you look inside my head, would you say something's missing? If you could give all your riches.
Today, I want to talk to you about something I call modern wisdom. And modern wisdom is this idea of mixing the ancient truths of who we are, what our perspective holds, combined together with understanding possible and probable future strategies. I'll be going through this process of unpacking mental tricks as well as the new global business flows that we're starting to see around us. I think in times of transition, what's most important is that we combine this idea of who we are, what impact we bring to the world, as well as understanding where the world is possibly going post-COVID-19. And what we must also realize is that we have brand new waves of business flow that's starting to happen around us. You know, for the longest time, we were enthralled with this idea of globalization. And it was amazing that you could experience similar products and brands around the world when you traveled. But globalization then moved on to digitization. And about 15, 20 years ago, this idea that we could become digital first, the internet pushing this globalization agenda forward was really amazing to all of us. And digitization was incredible for what it's done for all of us. But we've just begun a brand new flow. A brand new business flow that I think is important for us to understand so we can position ourselves better for this new flow of business. So this context is important as we understand that we're moving from a whole old world to a brand new one. And this is where business strategy becomes incredibly important because the world we're moving away from was a complicated one, and the world we're moving towards is a complex one. Now, there's a massive difference between complicated and complex. The world of complication is one that we've been trained in, educated for, and society has been built around. So what's a complicated world? A complicated world is a world that has patterns that repeat themselves. And because there were patterns that repeated themselves, you could build 5-year, 10-year plans for your business, and you could utilize accountants, mathematics, Excel spreadsheets to extrapolate the past into the future. So as we go through this process of understanding complex versus complicated, we must realize that we've moved from a world of just in time to a world of just in case. And this is where the business strategy needs to fit in. If you remember, if you studied many years ago like I did, just in time was brought about by Toyota because they were focused on efficiencies and profitabilities because they were extrapolating the last models into the new models all the time. And that worked perfectly in the old world. But in this new world, just in time can find you in a lot of trouble. And if you just focus on those efficiencies and profitabilities, you could find your business having a lot of challenges. So, just in time was perfect for a complicated world. And just in case is now going to be what we need for a complex world. And so as I close off the beginning part of our session with each other today, what I urge you to do is get to a place where you become comfortable with uncertainty. Because we have no idea what's coming. There are far too many moving parts around the world right now. And as I was introduced, I'm part of Singularity University, as well as Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies. And these are incredibly smart people around the world studying the future. And guess what they say about the future? They have no idea what's coming. In fact, nobody has any idea what's coming. So if we can't ascertain what's coming, the only thing we can manage is our behavior. And what we need to do as we go through this process and transition from the fourth turning to the first turning, from the winter of the death of this old world into the spring of the new world, it's uncertain for everybody. So if you're feeling a little bit fatigued, if you're feeling a little bit stressed, if you're feeling like you're panicking about this unknown future, it's for everybody. We're all going through this. You're not alone. And it's okay for us to feel and take this time to become much better at our ability to reimagine.